How do you want to kick this off? You want to dance first?
You want to have like kickboxing?
Just.
Not
like,
that anybody can see what I like.
I know. It's like a Russian dance thing.
Hey.
There we go. Gotta kick really high. So we're in the middle of another big one. Who's this for?
McDonough Plumbing. McDonough
Plumbing.
WMFMC DONOUGH.
But in the process of working on this, I was listening to a guy named Simon Sinek, and he was talking about leadership, and I realized that in the process of working on this, I like the work setup here because it's similar to really good people that I've worked for in the past. And to put it simply, you're a good boss because you create a good working environment. And I wanted to kind of break that down into a few of the things that you do or some of the principles that you have to make that happen. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube page for Company Outfitters Say It With Stitches. And we try to drop some really to the point, helpful information.
And we're on the podcast now.
Yes, we are on Apple iTunes podcasts.
Everything. All the podcasts. Stitcher.
Spotify, I think.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Got that going.
Yeah. You can consume us any way you want.
Except literally. Don't do that.
I don't taste good.
But before we get too far and forget about this, my name is Mark with Echelon Media, and this is
Zachary Davey.
Welcome to Between the Scenes. And today we're going to talk about creating a work environment through
love,
leadership.
Oh yeah, that too.
So for the Crib Notes version of what this is, I'm going to pass that over to you. We're just going to go point by point and have you go through and say what they are from 1, 2, 3.
Well, you were bringing up the point of the differences between a leader versus manager. Now you can Google any infographic out there to really get that definition or multiple definitions of a leader versus manager. But it's bringing that into the workplace and really allowing it to connect with the people that are helping you out or working for you. Which also goes into the creating the space to learn and promote individual strengths, values, and goals. My biggest goal for the people that work with me and for me is to make sure that they are doing what's going to make them happy, because what makes them happy ultimately yields good results. And then going into the passion for personal relationships. Now, I'm not talking about those personal relationships, but something more than just out of the 120 hours that are available during a 5-day work week, we'll say a third of them is getting healthy sleep, 8 hours a night, and a third of them is at work, assuming that you work 40 hours a week. So the other third is your personal time, whether that's driving around in a car on your commute or sitting in front of the TV. Most of your active time tends to be spent with the people you work with. So inspiring more of a relationship than we're just here to do a job, but creating that
just a good working relationship, really.
What's a good work? The empowerment that you're more invested into what goes on here.
Yeah.
and that, you know, there's a mutual benefit and care.
So that's for you guys who have short attention spans and don't want to watch the whole thing. So we're going to go a little bit deeper going forward. And again, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe so that you can stay up to date with this every single week. We do drop these videos and we try to keep them informative for you. So I think with all those points, would you say that you learned, because I feel like this is where it came from, you learned these traits obviously from your time in hospitality, but also from enough time working in crappy environments where you recognize this I don't want to be in, and these good environments are the kind of environments I want to work in?
Well, you know, who really likes working for a micromanager?
I don't think anyone does.
I mean, to have somebody over your shoulder all the time, nitpicking every little action you take, not fun.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And a lot of the values I have here in the workshop are, you know, the values of, if I wouldn't do it, why would I expect anybody else to do it?
That's a good place to come from.
You know, the cold calls. I don't like receiving cold calls. I'm not going to give cold calls.
Yeah.
You know,
So
that kind of thinking.
So you're embodying, what you're talking about is you're embodying that leadership instead of the micromanager, which is our first point. And to me, what that means, there that goes. Still works. So to me, what that means is it's not like Zach hangs over me when it comes to working on stuff. He'll check on me to make sure that there are certain points that are done appropriately. And see, that would be no good. So he doesn't hang over me when it comes to working on stuff. There's certain key points to make sure that I'm working efficiently and things are done appropriately, and I do check in with him. But beyond that, it's not like he's constantly yelling at me to make sure that tasks are done in a particular, specific, nitpicky way. So which brings us to point number 2. I'm gonna go check on things. Keep talking.
Point number 2. Creating the space where people are going to thrive doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
and
Mark
plays off of point
Mark's
number 1.
Business and photography and videography. I want to make that a part of this, so that way he thrives and can go off and fulfill his goals
Where it's appropriate.
where it's appropriate.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because like the other day I did the bag shot, but it did take up a chunk of time.
Yeah, but it was beautiful.
Cool,
Like
yeah.
that was a cool little feature out there.
Yeah.
You know? Also, you know, if you want some input on how you can create videos for yourself, Mark has an amazing amount of content on his own Echelon Media YouTube page and Facebook to help his viewers set up the right look.
That plug. Nice. Yeah. And so to kind of riff off point number 2, one of the things that I really enjoyed working in any environment is a sense of autonomy. So be able to do things as it's expected to be done with the space to sometimes make mistakes. And I've made some mistakes. Actually, just yesterday, I did bumble an order, and we have an inside joke. Don't Dan it.
Don't Dan it.
God damn it. So we have that inside joke to kind of remind us that sometimes you do screw up, but to make sure that you leave that at the door the next day.
Yeah.
And that's what you said today. But for the most part,
as long as you fess up to it when it's discovered.
And I think without the foundation of number 1, and then
so when you try and be a Dan and come up with excuses,
and bury it,
like it's all the laser's fault.
Yeah, and I think it's easier to have that space of safety and to be able to fess up to your mistakes when you have that first part of being more of a leader and creating that space for autonomy and safety, which brings us to the third point, which is something similar to safety.
Well, safety or creating the environment where you are more than just an employee.
Oh, yeah.
And instead have a sense of empowerment and voice in how the job gets done.
That's true, because it's not so much safety. Safety is sort of a side effect of that, but you created a space where I can commiserate in you and say, hey, I screwed up. And then you say, okay, don't do it again. Yeah, so we can go a little bit deeper on that one. I mean, it's tricky in an environment.
There's a lot of studies right now that are saying not everybody is the most productive working a 9 to 5 or waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go work out. You know, everybody has their own rhythm, and recognizing that as much as feasibly possible, because at the end of the day, we still got to get things done.
Yep.
You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you're gonna push it up there, so I gotta push it up. No!
That's the part, if you hoop them all that way, then you know there's less risk of things
being off. Yeah. There you go. There's a coaching moment. But I think that those 3 points cover everything.
Yeah.
And like with anything else, if you happen to have questions, you want us to go deeper, you can always reach out to Zach. There have been some people that have actually reached out to you regarding this stuff, and that's exactly what we want to try to do, is to create the dialogue with either customers, other clients, or other shops, or people that are interested in doing this stuff, and even other businesses, because a lot of these principles, honestly, really apply. I was thinking about this today, and I realized that the benefit of what we're doing is that you're actually someone in the trenches. You're doing this in day to day, and it's not just me pulling from articles outside of what I know, and it's you doing this every single day with real world proof, I guess you could say. That aside, is there anything else you want to add that has helped to kind of create this environment for you?
But going forward, yeah, on the other shops engaging with us, you know, I don't really care. I do care, but at the end of the day, I want my clients or potential clients to work with whoever's going to fulfill their needs the best.
And serve them the best, yeah.
And a big part of that is, to me, the quality that goes into the work that's done. So in future episodes, I would like to talk about helping other shops improve their quality, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves with some other shops.
Cool. And I do see you with that passion, and you see other people's work in it. It's like nails on a chalkboard, but you just let it go, because there's not much you can do about it.
There are the people that work with me because they know what they're going to get. And I want other shops to aspire to be the best that they can be and have the knowledge that they need to succeed.
Awesome. Well, that's all we got for now. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, go ahead and leave comments, suggestions, questions, and all those things in the comment section if you have any more to add, or if you just want to reach out to Zach. If you wanted to give it a thumbs up, because it definitely helps us understand what works for you. Make sure that when you subscribe, you also hit the notification bell. Nice. We have that. So that you can stay up to date for whenever we happen to put out videos like this every week. And share. So whichever platform you happen to be on, if you happen to be on Facebook, go ahead and share it with people on your feed.
And if you happen to want to go to, what is it? It's still called iTunes, the Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
Just leave a nice little comment. Help us get our ratings up there so more people are seeing us.
Absolutely. Yeah. The reviews and ratings definitely help. Thank you very much. I'm Mark with Echelon Media.
I'm Zachary Davey, say it with stitches.
This has been Between the Seams. See you later.
Now get back to work!